My vision for the show is 1930s classic Broadway musical theatre, glitz and glamour with all the Broadway lights that we take into a desert town, which is dusty and they've never really seen anybody like it before. We bring the glitz and glamour of 1930s Broadway to the desert town. At the moment, my biggest challenge has probably been casting the show, because we are on cast for 6 parts currently, but hopefully that should change from now to next week. We have our final auditions next week. It's a very male-heavy show, which in the Amdram world is a difficult thing anyway, but we've had a lot of parts we need to fill for men and not so many for females, which is quite bizarre. Everyone's been roped in from every different society trying to help us out, which is lovely, but just trying to find the right people for the right roles at the moment is quite a struggle. So I've been part of WAOS for about 5 or 6 years now. I started as a part of the cast. I started in Cinderella, which was lovely, and they just drew me in right from the word go to such a lovely family. And for Young Frankenstein, which was our last show, I applied to be assistant director and got that and loved it, and was approached by our chair, who needed a director for this show, Crazy for You, and I said absolutely, I'd love to do it.
I'm playing Polly, and she is the only lady that lives in Dead Rock, Nevada, in a cowboy town. She's headstrong, she's independent, she loves her dad, she loves the theatre. They want to try and save the theatre, but the bank's trying to take it away. So it's this journey of her trying to save the theatre while she's trying to find someone to be with, someone special. And Polly has lovely songs, she's a really fun character to play. It suits me quite well, but the dance is something I might need a little bit more practice on before we get to opening night. But I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Never heard of it before, and as soon as the audition came up I was like, okay, I've never heard of this one, this could be fun. So I looked it up, found some bits about it, and I saw that it's an absolute masterpiece, full of humour.
Holding hands at midnight, take a starry sky. Nice work. And you can get it if you try.
Lots and lots of dancing and things like that, kind of taking me out of my comfort zone, as I haven't been dancing for a very long time. I don't come off stage until, apart from one scene in the first act, so very much on stage all the time, having to give full energy all the time with a lot of dance routines. And most of them are tap dances, with a few of the ballroom dance numbers, which are between Polly and Bobby throughout the first act, which has just been mental for trying to remember all the choreography, but it's been a blast and I've enjoyed every second of it so far. It is in the West End currently, and we're just a small group in Witham, and it's just been everyone giving full energy, full drive, and as much potential as we can give the show, and all of the dance numbers are completely different to what you'd see in the West End show.
So I actually wouldn't have joined WAOS if it wasn't for the director Amy. She met me in a previous show and I couldn't lip read her at all. So I messaged her one night and went, "I'm really sorry, but I can't lip read you. This is how you can help," and sent her some links to some BSL things. And then we became friends, and she introduced me to WAOS and went, "Everyone's really lovely, you should come join them." So I did. No, so I can't hear anything without my hearing aids on. I choose not to wear them when I perform because it's easier to feel the vibrations without the distraction of the noise.
Title to your costume role, what would it be?
Costume mistress.
Costume.
It involves a lot of different things. Watching the show, getting a vibe for all the characters, knowing what they wore in the West End version, in other amateur dramatics, watching different companies and how they've styled it. Researching 1930s when it's set, literally everything. It's a lot of work, but it is so much fun because it's so great to see the characters come to life on stage when you put that costume to it, and it just adds that colour. It's wonderful. I think for this show I've counted about 112 at the minute. Yes, so I'm actually making about 40 of the costumes so far.
Today we've had a bit of a big day because we've had costumes for the first time, which has been fun, and we've had some headshots and things done for the programme, so we've done a lot creatively today to get all of that rolling, which is really good because everyone's seen the costumes, now a big bulk of the costumes, so that's really fun. And as we are in the show, we're about halfway through Act 2 now, and in the next 2 weeks we should be done setting everything. So from sort of mid-September through to the show, we'll just be running and polishing and making sure everything's up to scratch. So it's gone really well actually, and everyone's picked everything up super quickly. So yeah, I feel like we're in a good place. It's just such a massive show. So the more time that we can have to revise stuff and to make sure the music's crisp and everyone's happy and comfortable with all the movement, that makes me happy that we've got a lot of time to do that. But progressing well, I think.
I've got you in the background.
I think Crazy for You kind of got left behind a little bit and forgotten about, even though it's got some amazing songs that everybody knows in it. I think the revival of the musical in the West End has actually helped us because everyone's hearing about it at the moment. So they'll be like, oh wow, I can't get to the West End, but I can go to Witham to see it, which is great for us. But yeah, I think it will actually help get the word out there a little bit more.
I think the people who have come and watched WAOS shows in the past know our shows, know how good we can get and know how good this is going to be. And I think that, you know, when they look at a price of a London show versus the price of our show, they're going to inevitably pick, you know, something that's going to be easier on the pocket. So I just think that maybe we're not clashing in a way like that, but we do have the upper hand. If they want to ever see this show, then come and see it in Wales, to see in Witham.